Hello there, I'm Myrna Loy of Blackbright News, which can be found at www.issuissuu.com/Blackbright News. Today's video is about, can a white James Bond turn black? I mean, can James Bond be black? There's rumours about Idris Elba becoming the next James Bond. Idris Elba, apparently. I don't know, because, okay, James Bond is a mythical character to start off with, so technically he can be anything anyone wants to create. But when Ian Fleming created him in 1953, he had a Swiss mother and he had a Scottish father, and he was quite well to do. He went to public school and all that kind of stuff. So how is that now going to transfer into a black James Bond? I guess if Idris Elba, for example, was going to be the new black James Bond, he would have to recreate himself. He would have to be saying that his father maybe was a freed slave in Scotland, or he was some king in Scotland or something like that. Well, I guess he'd have to be well off, because he went to public school, so he'd have to speak well. And his mother was some kind of Swiss princess or something who left Africa and went to live in Switzerland, because quite a lot of Africans left Africa and came to Switzerland. And as Idris Elba is from Sierra Leone, that can be a feasible story. It's interesting though, because I can kind of see Idris Elba as a black James Bond, but what would his role be like? Would his role be the equivalent of James Bond, or would there be racism in the story? Would there be other black cast, other black people in the cast, in the storyline? I mean, how are they going to make that realistic? Are they going to make a bit like the Black Panther, where there's all black cast? Are they going to do a black James Bond with all black people in it? Or is it going to be a black James Bond, still a secret agent, 007, but with a white cast? It's a hard one, because I don't see anything wrong with Idris Elba being a James Bond. But when you think of historically how that story has evolved and what that story has meant to people, I mean, how is Idris Elba going to influence people? What will be his well, I have to say role again, because what would be the message? I don't know. There has to be a reason why they want to change James Bond to be black all of a sudden. I mean, what is the purpose? What is the function behind that? Unless it's just to say, okay, we're going to give Idris Elba a leg up, and say, okay, yeah, we want a black James Bond now, so will you play the role? But I don't really see the purpose behind it. I don't see how it's going to benefit. I don't know what it's going to do for anyone. I really don't know. So who have we got in the past as James Bond? We've had Sean Connery, he's my favourite. Roger Moore, George Lazenby, Daniel Craig. I don't mind Daniel Craig. Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and yeah, may even have Idris Elba. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. I think it's very, very possible, and it'd be for me, it'd be quite good. I love looking at Idris Elba. I think he's bloody gorgeous. But yeah, whether or not it's realistic, whether or not they can make the storyline realistic, it'll be interesting. That is, if he is going to be James Bond, we don't know yet. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Just my 2 pence worth.